MMA Madness Ryan McKinnell sitting down with welterweight contender Josh Koscheck. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing good, and the funny thing you say is Joshua. I haven't heard that since I talked to my mom last. You know.
My bad. Don't kick my ass. Just kind of came out. How's training been going for you, man?
Training is good. I'm pretty much done training. I'm here sitting in Las Vegas, trying to just, I guess, kiss some butt to the media, get the word out there, and, just do the things I can to get by this week until Saturday for the fight.
Well, I talked to George. He seems to think he's good in every aspect that you're just as good at. He thinks he can wrestle with you and strike with. I mean, what do you think?
I'm not gonna, really say anything about George's training, how prepared he is. I don't know. We'll find that out on Saturday. But I can guarantee you that I'm very prepared for this fight, and I have, a lot of good training partners, every single day, and I'm just excited about the opportunity to get in there and fight.
All right, we were just talking about, being out at AK. John Fitch has got that fight coming up with Diego, who you beat. You've been giving him any pointers?
Absolutely. I trained with Diego for the whole 3 months on The Ultimate Fighter, so I know, him in and out. And obviously, Diego thought he knew me, back then. But, John Fitch is a very, very tough fighter. That's a very, very tough opponent for Diego Sanchez, especially coming off a loss. So I think that John Fitch can win this fight very easily, or it could be a very, very hard fight for John Fitch. So it's just depending on his game plan. I really was focused on myself for this training camp, and I don't know John's game plan, but I'm sure that I'll be back in the gym after this fight, helping him get ready for his fight with Diego, because it's, that's how we do it up there at AK. We're teammates, and I'm going to help him prepare for this fight, and help Mike Swick get ready for his fight also.
Now, you guys are kind of like all around the same weight. If it came down to it, would you guys brawl with each other, or not?
We'd always fight each other depending on how much money's on the line. The greenback, that's what is going to determine if we ever fight. But right now, there's no reason for us to fight. There's a lot of other guys out there. If it comes down to us having to fight, that means we kicked everybody else's ass. And AK is the #1 team on top. But hopefully, there's plenty of other guys out there for us to fight, and we'll have to avoid that. But as of right now, we're just looking to win fights individually and as a team.
Who are some people you're looking at in the welterweight division that you'd like to go after? I know that Dana has promised a title fight for the winner between you and George. So
I think that the winner of me and Diego was supposed to get a title shot too. So I really don't really care about the title shot right now. Ultimately that's the goal. I want the belt. I want to fight for the belt. And I don't only want to fight for the belt, I want to win the belt. And someday, yeah, that'll come. But right now, I'm focused on George St. Pierre on Saturday.
I mean, you've come a long way since the show. We don't want to beat a dead horse, but I mean, talk about what it's done for your career and where you're sitting at now.
Well, ultimately, I was a wrestler when I entered The Ultimate Fighter. I was strictly a wrestler. I didn't know shit about MMA. I only had one dimension. That was take them down and try to beat on them.
All right.
Now I think that I have a little bit more of a dimension to my game. Every time I step into the octagon, I bring something new, and I can guarantee on Saturday you're going to see something new from me.
So what does the future have in store for Josh Koscheck?
Well, the future, depends on Saturday. When I win this fight, then we'll talk about the future. But for right now, the future is Saturday, August 25th.
Okay. Well, how do you visualize things going on Saturday? Do you are you one to go in with a game plan, or are you one that doesn't like thinks it mixes things up too much? Or you just going?
No, absolutely, I have a game plan. But if the game plan doesn't work, then we always go back to what we do best, and that's with every fighter. I'm sure George has a game plan, but if it's not working, he's going to go back to what he does best, and that's kick and punch. So. Game plans are good, but if they don't work, and you go back to what you know best. So definitely have a game plan.
Well, is there anyone you'd like to thank before we get out of here?
Yeah, definitely. marclothing.com, marclothing.com. You can go there and check that out. And my sponsors, definitely. You can check that on my webpage, cosmma.com.
That's right. I do want to actually talk about Mark Clothing. I had forgot about that. That's the clothing company you started. You've been geared it more towards the fight game, or just kind of a stylish type setup, right?
The Mark Clothing is pretty much a stylish lifestyle clothing company. I don't want to exclude any market, because every market has a a lot of loyal fans, and I'm in the process of scouting skateboarders right now to add to the team. You know, I'm going to have a couple of professional skateboarders that I sponsor, you know, and I'm looking to get big name skateboarders to rep Mar Clothing. I'm going to eventually go into motocross, you know, BMX, you know, I want to go in everything. I want all X Games, and I want to cover the UFC also. So it gives me an opportunity to give back to athletes, you know, and if I can build a successful business, I can sponsor a lot of fighters. And, you know, because I know that, you know, this fight game as a young fighter is very, very difficult to support yourself and to find, you know, opportunities to make money. And one of the reasons why I wanted to start a business, and it's because I want to give back to the sport of mixed martial arts. And if I can build a successful business, it lets me give money back to sponsorships to a lot of young fighters, and that's the most important thing about it. You know, it's not about me making money, it's about giving back, and that's what Mar Clothing is going to be for.
So not only a fighter, an entrepreneur as well.
Absolutely. You know, you got to be an entrepreneur, you got to be a businessman, and you know, and that's what I'm trying to do. So create a business, and you know, and that's what it's about. So make sure you guys take your ass over to Mar Clothing and buy yourself some gear.
Well,
yeah, there we go. That's it right there.
There you go. Well, thanks a lot, Josh, for taking the time with MMA Madness. Really appreciate it, and best of luck Saturday.
Thank you.